What is going on, guys? It's your boy Reality Spin. We are back here with another video. This time around we're going to be doing a character quest. We're going to be doing Furina's character quest. One of the quests that I've had on the back burner for quite a bit. So as per usual with these videos, nice and chill vibe, nothing too crazy. Yeah, just going to go through and enjoy the story. I heard Furina's was decent. So let's see what we got.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission.
Don't worry about that.
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their music, but the troupe has also been experiencing some... That's right. Our adventurers reached out. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find...
Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Trap? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a... Maybe
Oh.
you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something...
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
Paimon! What the fuck? Jesus. Oh look, keyhole in the back of her neck.
Looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you real?
Wow, sounds like... but to answer your question...
I see. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but... That's the thing. All our sets and props are very... If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out...
Disband?
Oh, I guess the lady at the adventure... One last show. And after that, nobody wants things to just... fizzle out. Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing... The show just won't be the same.
Got it. We have a clearer picture. What if we...
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor. And I can't
Low
promise that
wick.
we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Good point. If yes, we should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... She's really good at performing, and she was once...
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous. Her! You're...
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually...
You're not wrong there. She is actually... But even if she's no longer the Hydro, she's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just... well... Fair enough. I'm sure everyone in our... Of course, it all depends...
No point in stressing about... Besides, things are different now. There's no...
Thank you for your help.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Hey, thanks, Catherine.
What?
She just walked
I
over.
came over when things were starting to sound more It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am.
Woo! Now that we've got the...
Alright, away we go. Ah, that's not what I meant to do.
Sorry, pal.
This is where she is? Interesting.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives... Not that there's anything wrong with this place.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating.
Okay,
Wow.
when did popping out of thin air become all the rage?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too. Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity. It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre faucilor or blubber profiteroles in no...
Ah, there it is.
Not yet, maybe, but Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to...
Sorry! We're sorry! Please? Yeah, exactly! Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either!
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific and...
Oh? Well, if... So tell me, what... I see. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities. But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you!
True, but I have made a although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person
Jeez.
I once was. Of
Going back to
course,
the fucking
not
story
yet, but
quest.
I'm done now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any.
Paimon can understand, but this is just...
However, it's a one-off. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself. Which would be the same as not having a boundary, so I'm not going to perform. And that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help? Do you know any other actors who might be interested in...
Nope.
Short and to the point, okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me, since I'm just an ordinary person now. They'll probably just laugh in my face if true, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Well, is there
Have I not made myself clear? Sorry.
Jeez.
I didn't mean for that to sound...
It's alright, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried every... Yeah, I guess that's all we...
Toodaloo to you, too.
Interesting.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision. Maybe the... Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again.
You didn't need to say it. We've known...
And that gives you the right...
Oh God.
Shortly after you left, the troupe actress... Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now?
Sorry. I was just dealing with the lip...
Sadly, it's a no.
I see. Well, you see, our leading lady has...
Oh, right. Sounds like everything worked itself out then. Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the...
Jeez. Is late?
Only joking. Calm down. Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission...
Look, this is the last chance we have, though. So, are you...
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking an... I share everyone's desire to... Every one of us thinks of this...
You're right. I'm sorry.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items. All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
Huh.
Furina?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you met. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to it, and all before I even had a full grasp. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine.
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I felt very sheepish.
Yes, without saying a word too.
Change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then to make my... But in any case,
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask...
there's no need to think like that. I was wondering, if the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. Everyone seems so devoted to the truth.
We all want to believe that, but everything's been going downhill ever since we lost.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic...
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the... But still...
She was a loyal fan of your performances, lady. Miss. She rallied many people around. People loved our performances.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. None of us know anything about script writing. It's agonizing. But ultimately...
Oh.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings, who achieved so much and no doubt had much... I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being...
Yes, exactly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced, but only if you feel...
Oh,
We unfortunately don't have any but...
I don't need any compensation. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. But what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them? An interesting answer. But take, for example, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before. And so...
Still a fan of your... You just want to get back in on the...
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's that...
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventure.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge... Alright, follow me.
Okay.
skyward, scatter.
Nope. Why walk?
Skyward, scatter.
Alley-oop.
Cool.
Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. You bet that was the trial.
You helped bring our director's murder.
Oh, please don't mention...
So, you were saying...
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished... One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete...
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself. She longed to live just like any other human. But one day, her true identity...
So far, so good.
And that's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, we need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to...
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true to life.
By true to life.
Yeah, like they... But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to...
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light. And one last thing. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline... The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist.
Villemont.
He took the director's... He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance.
Huh. Although, now
What opportunity?
maybe you're unaware.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of them.
Oh, stop. You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead. But one by one, all the obstacles...
Makes sense. Okay, he went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors.
Yeah, maybe he could.
Poisson? Nothing. I suppose my presence... So, allons-y. To Poisson!
Huh. Oh, look at that. Alright, anyways. I do wish I had done this right after the Archon quest. I'm sure some of this stuff, well, not some. I mean, it seems like all of it is pretty much timelined right after everything that just happened, like right after. So
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me.
You came all the way.
All right. Forget.
Nice try. Look, just
Okay then.
but
So, as expected, he's
the ending is one of the most even once he's done. It isn't.
Someone told me they just
Hello.
seen Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but
I was wondering if...
so you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
How are things in Poisson now?
things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may...
I'm sorry to hear that.
Please, must our conversation... We all have painful memories. And if you're trying to make a new...
Thank you for your words of comfort, but for now, at least, I think
It's okay. These things take time, which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here... It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means...
That's so thoughtful of
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all. Like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with. I'm so grateful that Miss Nafia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, it's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept. Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship?
Oh God. Whew.
I'm sorry.
Thank God for
You
cutscenes.
probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
Nonsense.
We don't mind.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories, they thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You're only...
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately,
God, this character. Jeez.
we were able
Shit she has to go through.
worst-case scenario,
Had to go through.
thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as everyone rose to their responsibilities. And I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
I would have never imagined...
Reward? I guess so. And back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing a secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were...
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same. I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back.
Sure! Okay, let's...
Skyward! Scatter!
Oh God.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting...
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rasula's Anyway, my character doesn't need to be...
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your characters. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch...
Oh no. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences...
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina. Paulo's nearly done.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right?
Me? I'm an OC.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well,
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines, too. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one.
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
it's the most important line in the whole script. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troop. It was only after she was gone.
You mentioned earlier that the troop is like you.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness. And I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. It was like that until the director found me one day. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act.
She sounds like a really...
She really was. She gave everything she... I was a lost child too when she found me. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I...
Let me guess.
Yeah. For the first time in my life.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's...
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god! How did you manage to...
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troop and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you... I'm sure you're already familiar with the begin... She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, the people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming... The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years...
Consciousness?
Water as a conscious entity.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to...
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love. One...
There's actually something else that You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the... If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, what about if the little Oceanid is how...
That sounds like too cool of an end.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's... On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point. But she never... We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her. But she was...
The director was the kindest soul in the world.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that?
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since. But all my efforts so...
Vilma? The one...
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by...
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a heart because... Well, speaking of the
What?
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. I did tell her how I felt once. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters. Not that it came as a shock or anything. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's... Well, maybe then she could... And now...
Hollow.
So if I'm the one writing this ending...
In that case, we've all had our differences of opinion over the ending.
Well, if that's where we're at...
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But, for the sake of our final... Funny you should ask, though. You really...
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
This is getting very sentimental.
Let's begin.
Ah! He switched to the wrong character.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
As if this journey wasn't.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. Wait, why are you all...
We're just curious, that's all.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her powers.
Precisely. As much as me, unfortunately, I should just stay put.
Ah.
I'm more like a damsel in
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie, indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer.
Aww, too bad.
Sorry to leave all the...
No worry, piece of cake.
We gotta fight slimes. Oh, fuck.
Quietly now. Gotcha.
Only now.
Congratulations!
Alright. Oh, fuck. Ah.
Let's begin.
Alright, anyways.
Up to it, Manzai!
Bravo!
Oh.
Good show! You
Anyways.
certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Oh, Gaming.
Mama, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been...
So, you think knowing the truth about... I care just as much as if I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make...
Viamont, unless you mean to suggest that...
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamont. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to Ed, but now I've made up my mind. The little Oceanid cannot be complete.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with, it seemed like a win-win. So, the drink in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes, but she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, the merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word. I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was it, but things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie.
Hey, don't say...
You traitor! What do you mean? You were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to...
Stay calm. How can he has the gall to try and high road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight! Go!
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe?
You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what if you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that if she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that...
Really? But she sounded like such...
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness.
I'm truly sorry.
It's all right.
So...
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now. At the end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's
What do you mean?
the Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind...
You really think that's
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story.
No.
Well, we'll leave it.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia.
New mail. Whose birthday is it? Yow yows. Look at that. That's nice. Anyways. To the Palais Mermonia we go.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the series. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first
God, I
place,
love the
you
Melusines.
don't actually
They're
have to
awesome.
Submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
So, this is all...
Hey! It's full of script lines!
Let me take a look. Maybe they're... Aha! Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
Vacher took so many lives.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to wait. It cut... Her handwriting here gets her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Jeez.
She was
That is...
so terrified.
Oh my god. I just got chills. Jeez. That is horrifying.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her I can't bear to think how painful and low. Wait. If you become human, you can
Isn't that the most important line in the...
Because I am an...
Oh!
So she didn't regret her decision. I'm sure this is what the troop would have... She had their utmost trust, admiration. Let's go.
Jeez.
Skyward! Scatter!
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the...
Even in the last moments of her life.
She did her best to protect as many. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made. Well, Vilmont, if we...
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that...
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen...
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions love, hate, regret, and hope just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make during the curtain call. Please allow me to use the director's name.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was a rigid besides. A role
Well, if you're sure...
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right. I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fan.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I have no problem with... I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Neuvillette. I know just where to find him.
His office? Maybe. Maybe his office? Perhaps. Oh god.
Skyward! Scatter!
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom. But I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding...
Why would you say...
Well, if the little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Now, it would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your...
Haven't I already made myself clear? Nor do I think it is any great shame. This experience is a case in point. I feel I must admit, though, I'm a little...
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paper.
Thanks, Nervalek.
You are very welcome.
What a guy. Alright. Back we go. Gotta make sure to collect my commissions.
Everyone, thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur, we've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity. But we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more. Fiamali and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to
Wow, you two had a good...
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far.
It's amazing. Even though Furina's still being a...
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions.
Hey, Loic, get over here.
Oh, cute.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their... If only...
What should we do? It's almost time...
Why? Why does it have to be now?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage. Oh no, not again.
They've been getting less and...
What? I thought they...
I figured Whatever it took.
How could you do this to yourself?
I'm sorry.
You...
Miss Furina?
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although...
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
I mean, is there any other fitting way for this to go?
Furina, I'm so...
Never mind. What's done? No one likes regrets. Myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure. She never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Damn.
Well said.
Damn.
I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
There better be a fucking cutscene for this. Thank you.
Is she here yet?
Let's see, get here!
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je suis et serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Damn. God, that was beautiful. Oh.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Furina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now. Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule. Still, I have to admit it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so it was Furina after all. She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing?
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could...
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can
Ah.
sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened? Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision.
Oh, that.
Holy shit.
I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, I'll bet the audience has never
Wait, what about Dolphy?
Oh, let's go check on her as...
Yes. Plus, if nothing else, we can safely...
What the fuck? She just got a fucking... a vision? Out of nowhere? Huh. That's pretty cool. That's gotta be the... I mean, not gotta be. It is the first time we've ever seen a character get a vision. Huh. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Damn. Alright. So far, so good. Story quest is pretty awesome. I very much enjoy it.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication.
How did the performance go?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to...
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain, even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expected...
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start.
Aw, you two...
I don't know what you're talking...
You mean we never stop our...
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, you could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out...
No, we should...
Yeah, it's...
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space.
Hey, don't just walk off.
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation.
You should do it. It suits you.
Oh, so now you finally got your priority. What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is... You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all. Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, but from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remember. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a
Then it's a deal. If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
Yay, that was nice. All right, let's talk to Furina.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
Nice. This is an awesome quest. Oh man.
Now that the buzz is worn off,
The dialogue was actually pretty damn good. I mean, some of the...
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as thanks to all your help, but most of all, I want to thank you for giving me the chance to finally say farewell to O'Reilly.
The dialogue was really good, and I think, God, Furina's voice actress is just, she killed it.
Of course, there'll be plenty of opportunities.
She killed it. She did amazing. I mean, this was, damn, this was so good. The voice acting was just, honestly, it made it for me. If it wasn't for Furina's voice actress,
I feel like it might turn out to be
it wouldn't have been nearly as impactful. That and some of the scenes we saw, and the ending cutscene was so good. The singing that was done and everything, it was just, it was perfect. It was awesome. God, I really like all the Fontaine character quests have just been killing it with these. I mean, I haven't done Navia's yet, but Nouvelette's, Risley's, Linny's, and now Furina's have just, they've all been awesome. I feel like Hoyoverse has kind of like recaptured some of the I don't know, I don't want to say that I feel like the shine has kind of worn off, but I feel like some of the story quests, or the character story quests that I've played before in some of the other regions, just haven't really hit emotionally, and just like, I don't know, there just hasn't really been like an impact and like a unique way of telling a character story. But these Fontaine ones have just been knocked it absolutely out of the park. So yeah, I mean, I really don't have much else to add. That was a great story quest. I'm super glad that I did that. I wish, doing it now, I kind of wish that I had done it after the Archon quest had finished, but because of how good the Archon quest was and the impact that it had on both the story and some of the crazy shit that happened during it, it stays in your mind. Like, you remember what happened. And everything that Furina had to go through. So it was nice getting a chance to relive all that and seeing her develop as a character and move on from all that. And man, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the checking out Navia's story quest, and hopefully we're not quite done with Fontaine yet, but I'm looking forward to the Genshin story as a whole, and I hope they continue to kill it with some of the narratives that they've been doing lately. But anyways, guys, I'm pretty much rambling right now, so we'll go ahead and end off the video there. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other videos that we have on the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.